It's Patrick Hutzel from intensivecarehotline.com with another quick tip for families in intensive care. Today I have an email from Henry who says, "Hi Patrick, I have my dad in the hospital and he was in there for basically liquor poisoning. He was put on the ventilator and sedation and was taken off the first time, and he was having a bit of what I think was delirium. Then he was doing fine. Then cold pneumonia, and then they found him unconscious and got his breathing back stabilized, and he was on the ventilator again. And at times he will blink or move his eyes, but the doctors say he will never wake up again." Well, Henry, thank you so much for sending your email. And I have worked in intensive care and critical care for nearly 25 years in 3 different countries, where I worked as a nurse manager for over 5 years. And I've been consulting and advocating for families in intensive care since 2013 here at intensivecarehotline.com. And I can say without any hint of exaggeration that that we have saved many lives. So let's break this down. Let's break this down for you. So the whole notion that your dad will never wake up is nonsense unless they've done a CT scan, an MRI scan. He had some form of brain injury, whether it's a hypoxic brain injury, an anoxic brain injury, a stroke. So, the doctors are saying that without having any context, really, you haven't been able to look at medical records from what I understand, so there's not enough context really for them to even say that. So what should be happening here? Well, the first thing that should be happening here, they should wake up your dad, take him off sedation, take him off opiates. Maybe he's not waking up because he's on too much sedation and too many opiates, right? So then give that a few days. If he's then not waking up, let's do a CT scan, MRI scan of the brain. Let's do an EEG of the brain. Let's get a neurology consult, right? Once again, the biggest challenge for families in intensive care is that they don't know what they don't know. They don't know what to look for. They don't know what questions to ask. They don't know their rights, and they don't know how to manage doctors and nurses in intensive care, which is, again, exactly what you're up against in this situation, right? So your dad might have been delirious. He might have been delirious. That is often what happens when patients come out of an induced coma. It's not unusual, right? And it's not unusual, and therefore, you should just keep plodding along. But what you should also do is get access to the medical records, get a second opinion. I'm glad you've reached out, but you need to take this further, because at the moment you're just scratching the surface. Also, research and statistics clearly suggest that your loved one, that about 90% of patients in intensive care survive. That's only 1 out of 10 not surviving, right? So therefore, chances your dad will get out of ICU are in his favor, right? The odds are in your dad's favor. So you have to read between the lines when you have a loved one critically ill in intensive care. What I mean by that is, whatever the intensive care team says is in their best interest, right? What is in their best interest? They want to empty their ICU beds as quickly as possible. They want to make as much money as possible, right? And if they can achieve that, they will say whatever they want to say to achieve that, right? So therefore, you have to read between the lines. Worst case scenario for an ICU unit is to look after a patient indefinitely with an uncertain outcome, and your dad might fit that criteria, right? Keep in mind, once again, 90% of intensive care patients survive, right? Okay, so I hope that answers your question. And Henry, because we get so many questions for families in intensive care, that's why we created a membership for families of critically ill patients in intensive care. And you can become a member if you go to intensivecarehotline.com by clicking on the membership link, or you go to intensivecaresupport.org directly. In the membership, you have access to me and my team 24 hours a day in the membership area and via email, and we answer all questions intensive care related. In the membership, you also have exclusive access to 21 ebooks and 21 videos that I have personally written and recorded. And those videos and ebooks will help you to make informed decisions, have peace of mind, control, power, and influence, so that you can influence decision-making fast, so that your loved one gets best care and treatment. I also do one-on-one consulting and advocacy over the phone, Skype, Zoom, WhatsApp, whichever medium works best for you. And I talk to you and your families directly. I talk to doctors and nurses directly. And when I talk to doctors and nurses directly, I ask all the questions that you haven't even considered asking, but must be asked when you have a loved one critically ill in intensive care. When I talk to you and your families directly, I handhold you through this once-in-a-lifetime situation that you can't afford to get wrong. Because, you know, like in Henry's situation today, if Henry believes everything he's been told without getting a second opinion, you know, his dad might die. And like I said, we have saved many lives with our consulting and advocacy. Also, I also represent you in family meetings with intensive care teams. We also do medical record reviews in real time so that you can get a second opinion in real time. We also do medical record reviews after intensive care if you have unanswered questions, if you need closure, or if you are suspecting medical negligence. And all of that you get at intensivecarehotline.com. Call us on one of the numbers on the top of our website, or simply send us an email to support@intensivecarehotline.com with your questions. And if you like my videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel for regular updates for families in intensive care. Click the like button, click the notification bell, comment below what you want to see next, what questions and insights you have. Thank you so much for watching. And also share this video with your friends and families. I also do a weekly YouTube live where I answer your questions live on a show. And you will get notified for the YouTube live if you are a subscriber to my YouTube channel, or if you are a subscriber to my email newsletter at intensivecarehotline.com. Thank you so much for watching. This is Patrick Hutzel from intensivecarehotline.com, and I will talk to you in a few days. Take care for now.